These next two segments are fire. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have our special interview in the building. Put your hands together for Matthew Carter. Yes. Welcome.
I'm here. I'm scared to be here. Somebody might be outside.
You here?
No, I'm playing, y'all.
Welcome to the podcast. You up here? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Hell yeah, that's what's up.
I'm about to swim this Olympic run right now. You know, I'm about to hit laps on them.
You about to hit the laps, he said.
Can I bring the mic forward a little bit? Okay. I don't want to lean. Oh, we good? The game
yeah,
out?
They pick up everything.
Good.
I'll be back here talking.
I'll be all weird. I'm like, should I talk?
Right? Should I come up here? But y'all, so Matthew Carter in the building. If anybody has questions online, please drop your comments and we will ask them. We got some bunnies in here too. I didn't even know. In the audience too, if y'all have questions, please let us know. We'll leave space for you. But let's go ahead and hop into the interview. So Matthew Carter, who is Matthew Carter for anybody who maybe doesn't know you yet?
Matthew Carter was like a dude that I used to really repress. Like, Matthew Carter is obviously like my biological birth name. Like, for a long time, I think every rapper, when they first start, they go through like a million different names. Like, I was like Defiant, Ideal, Mutt, which is a family name, like Mutt, like all these things. And then by the time I got to my late teens, early 20s, like, I was just kind of like, bro, I'm gonna just be myself. Trying to like extrapolate into something else is too complicated. I'd rather just be me and make the music I like to make, and whoever resonates with it, they resonate with it, and if they don't, they don't. Like, it's not a big deal to me like it is for a lot of artists. Like,
yeah, okay,
I just want to be myself.
Right, and I feel like you're definitely doing that, you know what I mean, for sure. Like, especially after the project we just saw, like, it was just so unique. Like, so why don't you tell people, I know a little bit of this story, that's why I asked you to come on the podcast, because I think you're really cool. So why don't you...
I feel the same way. No, Ashley's cool as shit, y'all.
Thanks,
let's give a hand for Ashley real quick. Before I even get to talking, like, I fucked with her. That's the only reason if I didn't fuck with like the energy, I would have never came here. Like, I have people ask me to do this type of shit all the time, and it just feels forced. Like, this felt very natural, so I wanted to be here. It's the only reason.
No, I definitely appreciate that. Like I said, it's all love. So why don't you tell them a little bit about how you started on this music journey? Where did it begin?
I don't know how much long. I'm a fast forward this shit. I'm gonna make it fast because like it's a long ass story. I was a kid. I used to try to sing and be a rapper and writer in high school, middle school, all that shit. I was just kind of better at rapping. Like, I would try to do all this other shit, but it kind of like went back to the cypher at my house with my friends. So like, it gradually grew from that. My first mixtape came out in like 2015, 2016. Nick Jandora did all the visuals.
That's what's up. He's fire.
Yeah, I had Nick. Like, this is before Nick had even fucked with Skies. This is when Nick was still local. I was fucking with Peso Castro. I was fucking with Duke Shaka. Like, all these people would like help me bring my fucking image together in the forefront. So I never want to like not say their names, because those are the people that believed in me when I didn't even believe in myself. Like, I was like, I want to do this, but I didn't see it. Like, I couldn't put it on camera and see it back to me where I'm like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, they made it make sense. They pushed me to be a better person. So for that, I'm forever grateful to them. But then it slowly, it gradually turned into other shit. You know what I mean? Like, it turned into me being more into the art as opposed to being like, I don't know. Like, it kind of like gave me that little like boost of confidence where I was like, oh, I can actually do this.
Right.
That shit's crazy.
Nah, I feel like it's crazy. You have people who believe in you before you believe in yourself sometimes, and you're on this artist journey.
Oh, I'm my biggest fucking enemy.
Oh,
I'm my biggest, like, I feel like the whole criticism thing artists go through, I own it in a way different way to where I'm like, I beat my own ass on tracks. Like, if it's not good to me, I'll just scrap a whole fucking project, or I'll scrap a whole song, and I'll just be like, it's not my shit. It's like, I could do better. I hold myself at a very high standard.
Right, as you should.
Thank you.
So, who musically inspired you?
Recently?
No, to pick up the mic in the first place. Like, what music made you wanna?
Cool G Rap, Jedi Mind Tricks, Slug, Atmosphere. Like, when I was a kid, like, super underground white boy New York rap.
Yeah.
And then it kind of gradually went into like Lil Wayne, Hot Boys, like wabbity wabbity wap drop it, like it, like
Yeah.
bro. I'm not just like I'm into certain shit. Like people like certain music because it's lyrical, and there's certain people like music because it's musical and catchy.
Yeah.
Like I'm kind of in the middle of all that. Like I like all that lyrical shit, but it doesn't dominate my spectrum.
Right.
I like other shit too, to where it's like dancey, singy, all this shit, pop. Like, bro, like I grew up listening to the Backstreet Boys. Like I was a '90s kid. Like I had Backstreet Boys in my fucking house.
I was there too.
So like,
I was right there with
think
you.
it was just more about like finding melodic shit, but
Right.
finding artistic, lyrical shit to like. It was all about like trying to like make it work, like put a puzzle together or something. Because
Yeah.
really, I didn't fit into one format. And anyone I met, when I was trying to kick a specific format, like when I was on my white boy lyrical shit, everyone just wanted to be like, oh, you sound like Eminem. Oh, you sound like Macklemore. Oh, you sound like G-Eazy. Oh, you sound like MGK. Like, they would never just let me be myself. That shit kind of fucked my head up early on. I was like, you're always going to be in the shadow of the next person.
Yeah.
So do whatever you can to obliterate that entire fucking acknowledge of where you could just like do some other shit, like how y'all saw on the music shit.
Yeah.
It wasn't like no shit that like no one else is doing. I don't
Yeah.
want to be like no one else or sound like anyone else. But at the same time, I don't make music trying to be different. I just try to be myself.
Right. And being yourself, you're creating a whole movement.
No,
Just
I
by
appreciate
being
that.
yourself, you
No,
know what I mean?
thank
Which
you.
is crazy. So you got some questions online coming in. We asked, what inspired you to do music? So what trials did you have to overcome to become the artist that you are today? So what types of trials like really stood out on that journey to make you who you are now?
I mean, I'm from a broken home. When I was like born, like I was with my grandparents till I was 7. Then my mom showed back up, and like I was born in Leesburg, Virginia.
Okay.
Then my mom like was on some like pills, and like this is the 90s and shit. This isn't like shit now. Like my mom was on pills and heroin. Mom disappeared, showed back up, had a new husband, grabbed me. I moved to Louisiana until like '02. I moved back up here like with my grandparents. Like I've kind of just been like tossed around a lot, and I kind of just at a certain point I wanted my own voice because I feel like I really didn't have control of my own life.
Yeah.
Music was something I had control of, like completely 100%. Like this is my art, this is my world.
Yeah.
When you step into this room with me, you're with me. You're not
Yeah.
with anything else that is a preconceived notion of what I am. White trash, parentless, junkie parent, whatever the fuck you want to call me.
Right.
Whatever the fuck you want to act towards me.
Yeah.
I control this music shit.
Yeah.
So when you're in this room with me, you're in my fucking world.
Yeah.
And I got off on that. It was the only control I ever had in my life. It was the only time that I controlled the narrative.
Yeah, that's deep. That's deep. And I feel like I resonate with that just because it is like sometimes there's so much happening that you can't control. So it's like, how do you get control of the narrative again? You know what I mean?
You just create your own world inside your music. Well, just like I watched
Yes.
with your music video. It was a beautiful music video.
Thank you.
But you were in your own world.
Yeah.
Like no one else can, like, you're in a bubble.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
That's it.
I love that about being an artist.
Yes.
It's like this invisibility cloak, like you can just be someone else. I
Yeah.
feel like that's the main thing that made me want to get into art.
That's dope.
For sure.
That's dope. So let's talk about yours. Oh, hold on. Before we get to that, we have some more stuff in here. Long live Big Rufus from Cash Money. I'm glad he mentioned the Hot Boys. I'm rocking with him already. Since you always was rapping when you was young, your freestyles should be straight too because you think different. I know you can spit off the top. Is that true? Or how are you with freestyling?
Can I be honest? I freestyle
Please.
everything.
Really? Okay. Hold on.
He knew it.
Woo!
I stopped writing years ago because it slowed me down, and I can't write. Look, when I make a song, right, I'll play like 30 beats. I'll pick like 10 of them. I'll pick out certain things that I like, and I'll remember. I think Jay does this. I think Wayne does. I think
Yeah.
a lot of the GOATs do. After your 10,000 hours are put in, like I've definitely got them out of the way. You kind of get to this place where it's like, if I hear a beat, I'll be like, na 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 na, and then I'll be like, I can't write till I actually get to the booth and hear how it sounds.
Yeah.
Because my whole shit could be booty. Like I could have this idea, right?
Yeah.
And then I bring it on wax and I hear it. It sounds like trash.
Yes.
But it sounded great in my head.
Yeah.
So I wait till I'm in the booth to write. Like when I'm in the booth, I just kind of write on the spot. I'll have all these ideas and I'll have all these things. If I can't remember something on my own, I'll write it in my phone. But like how I just showed you, it was like, time is running out, I feel. I just need a lot of pills. Not the shit makes me for real. Like, it just, and that's not something I'm working on. It's just like, I kind of go off the energy in the room and I build from it. And then a lot of the times, like, the songs write themselves. Like, I don't really have to do it. And I'm very open if I'm in the studio with the homies and like, you should say this. I'll look at them. If that shit's fire, I'm like, yes, scratch my whole shit. I'll say that. I'm very open to criticism and other people telling me what to say if I trust them. It's not like, you know, like, I don't look at this shit like I'm in control. I run the show. I'm not. I'm just a player in the game, bro. I'm a character. I'm just a character, bro. Like, everyone's a character. When you try to run shit, that's when you let yourself down. That's when you get set up for disappointment.
Facts. Nah, for real. Everybody's a character. Some of us NPCs. You know what I mean? You wake up.
I'm cool with that. But we need NPCs to have characters.
Yeah, you do. And that's facts. It's how you have the storyline without the NPCs. Like, big facts. Okay, so they said, is rapping easy to you now? If so, how easy is it to you now?
It's bread and butter.
Y'all.
I started out as an MC and a boom bap rapper. Like, if anybody who really knows me, they'd be like, oh no, Matt rap. Like, Matt actually rap. It's not no like SoundCloud auto-tune fake bullshit where I joined some wave and tried to like join the crowd.
Right.
Like, no, I rap, but like early on, I put out an album where I was like 25 tracks of like 4 minutes straight rapping, no hook. You can only do that so long before you realize you're kind of just like working in a circle. And it's like, bro, like, yeah, you can rap, you have bars all day, but like, can you make a fucking song?
Yeah.
Make a hook that people sing. Like, everyone raps your lyrics along with you. Like, make a song. Right. Make someone sing along with you. Like change your voice from this rap tone to where you get on the same song and make the same verse every time. Whether it's like lyrical, like whatever. Like,
yo, people online, they're going crazy about you right now. Hold up. They said New Orleans is my home away from home. They were like, I knew it about you being able to freestyle. They said Matthew Carter is too dope. I'm so proud of you. Your talent is crazy. Wow. And they said you're such a good singer live. Bread gets mold and butter melts, they said. Because when you said bread and butter. So bread gets mold, butter melts.
Whatever that means.
How do you feel about the current drill wave in rap?
It's always been there. It's just got a new name now. We used to call it gangster rap when I was a kid. You got motherfuckers like Ice-T, NWA, you had Jay, you had Wu-Tang. Like, rap's always kept it 100 and kept it like with the streets. And as a white man in this fucking art form, if you don't know how to recognize real from fake, you can get fucked up real quick. You could end up in a situation where you thought some shit was real and it was fake. Or you could end up in vice versa, where you thought some shit was fake
and it was real.
Like, I went and fucked down with Steven down the street. He paid me $200 for a verse. I'm in here with a bunch of killers, and I'm like, bro, Steven, who are these people? Like, you, Steven, who are these people that you're like, bro, like somebody about to catch a body? No, all I can say with this music shit is like, know yourself and know your worth and know where to assert yourself and what's important and what's not. Yeah. Because like, I was talking to like my certain peers about just coming and doing this, and they acted like it wasn't shit. I'm like, bro, like they reached out to me, showed me love, and asked me to come out. If I weren't to like follow up with that, that ain't gonna be right karma wise. Like I'm a firm believer in karma. Like a lot of fucking rappers just like want to let their shit go and wonder why it doesn't go anywhere.
Right, and I mean, at the end of the day, and we were talking about this earlier too, it's like I feel people get caught up in this circle of marketing to their friends and family, and then they get discouraged and they're like, damn, nobody like rocks with my music. But it's like, that's not your fan base. They might support you as a person. They're like, oh, like Ashley, I see she's trying to do her thing, like I support that, but they don't really like my genre of music. They don't really, you know what I mean? So it's like you gotta branch out and try new things.
Yo, like you want strangers vibing with you. You don't want like your mom, her cousin, or her friend like all the time. Like you get that consistent fan base of 30 people, but where does that grow? Because those 30 people aren't putting other people onto your shit. It's not like they're real fans. Like, oh my God, have you heard Ashley's new record? Come look at this. I've had a lot of that where people have always been there for me, but like they're like, why aren't you bigger? I'm like, it's not about why didn't you share my shit, because I'm not one of them people like you have to share my shit to be a fan. I'm thankful for about anything I get as far as love, but like when people want to ask you some weird shit, I'll be like, bro, you've been on some weird shit this whole time. Like, you've been watching everything I do, commenting and talking about it. Why have you never shared it? You have all this energy to talk to me about what I'm doing, but why aren't you putting it out there to other people and asking how they feel? Like, it's all about... this feels more about you than about me.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of underground rappers go through that because people knew you before you rapped, and they don't want to see you go to a place that they could never touch or see. So they keep you in this box that they're in. And it's a really weird thing. I don't understand it. I've always been supportive of people doing more than me. In fact, when I see you do more than me, it makes me think I can do more. Yeah, so I've never been a weirdo about the whole, like, attention thing.
Right, your circle should be people that like mentors as well. Like you are who you hang out with, and it's cliche, but it's true. So it's like, who do you spend your time and energy with? You know what I mean? So you got some more stuff online here. Who inspired you the most? So who inspired you the most?
That's a good question.
Yeah, that's good.
I gotta really dig deep. Curtis Jackson.
Okay.
That first 50 Cent album. That first Get Rich or Die Trying is the best rap album of all time. That's my Dr. Dre chronic. Like, to me, Get Rich or Die Trying was the first record that you could just bump from front to back. You could walk down the street. You could not see 50 Cent. 50 Cent was everywhere. That Get Rich or Die Trying run was like what made me want to be a rapper.
That's cool.
Like, for real, because it was just like I'd seen the power in it. And I was already an Eminem fan. I had been but later. If we're gonna talk later, that was like early in my life. Later, the last rapper to actually give me inspiration, like rest in peace, was XXXTentacion.
Yeah.
And I was lucky enough to be a part of the bandwagon early enough to like, I FaceTime with dude. I had been around dude and followed the same circles. After his posthumous release, I've worked with Flyboy Tarantino. Out of Members Only. I have a song with him. Bass Santana shared the shit out of my Starbeam video and was like, bro, this is a movie. Because I was saying I was based out of Florida with what I was doing. Yeah. I was fucking with that whole SoundCloud shit before anyone up here even knew what SoundCloud was.
That's facts.
This is 2016, Young Lean Suicide Boys time. Yeah. And then X came in after it. And I was just lucky enough to be around the dude before he got famous enough to just be in the circle of people, and then it grew to what it is now. You know what I mean? And we see what it is now. It's crazy.
Yeah, and listen, we're going to touch on that because I know that you've brushed shoulders with a lot of different people during your time. Before we get to that, online, you got Guacamole Enterprise. Show me your head, Carter. Loading. Tell Matthew Carter that Duke Shaka loves him.
Show everyone the back of your head, and I'll show everyone my head.
Right.
Like, no, it's not no dish shit. Like, Shock got the bacula right now, and I just shaved my head on some Britney Spears shit these past couple months. Usually, I have my whole hair down here. It's like, Matt, take your hat off. No, I'm not taking my hat off.
That's what he's talking about.
Second off, Shock, show the back of your head. You got the whole bacula. His shit's bald with a fade down the back and a V.
I've never heard that.
It's the bacula.
We learned new words tonight, y'all. New concepts. All love.
He want to fuck with me. No, he know I'm on here. That's all it is. That's my brother. That's my engineer. That's who mixed everything on Morningstar, everything on Pandemonium, everything on Living Dead Boy. That has been my brother since the beginning. So that's why he's like, Matt, show your hair. He used to be having my hair and shit. He a smart ass.
That's what's up, though. Shout out to you, Duke Shaka. C.K.G fans appreciate you coming through. Somebody said, wow, you're white. I thought you was an artist. Facts. I guess they're being sarcastic, like how people treat you. Somebody said you was in New Orleans when it all started. No disrespect. I don't see skin tone. I just see talent. They're going crazy. Skin tone. Nah, we gold. AKA Ferrari F50. That was him. Somebody said the game XX. What's your favorite song on the Get Rich Die Trying album?
Nobody likes me.
Go ahead.
It's like, nobody likes me, but that's okay, cause I don't like y'all anyway.
What?
and I don't like y'all anyway.
Okay.
He said, I let my watch talk for me, my whip talk for me, my gat talk for me, blah, what up, homie? You
Hey.
can catch me on the late, nah, I don't know right.
Right, I'm like, we really rocking right now. Like, it's his song. Like, fire, though.
He said, man, 50 really shitted on him. Like, dude, 50 was the shit, bro. Like, y'all have to understand, Eminem Ghost wrote that record. Like, that's a crazy record. Eminem got all the writing credit on that record. That's why that record was crazy.
That's crazy, though. People don't understand that ghostwriting shit. Like, you know what I mean? That's people be making bread off of that. But, all right, just catch up on these last couple comments. Who is the best audio engineer you ever worked with?
Tell Duke to stop asking questions. No, he don't. I already said that Duke's the only person I work with. He's like, who's the best engineer ever? Like,
Right, I'm dead. He said, who? Okay,
I knew it was Duke. No, I was like, the questions sound mad Duke-ish.
He said he has the new head, the digital flesh head. And that's okay.
Digital Flesh is my new album. It's not coming out till January next year, and that's because honestly, what was really cool with Digital Flesh is I got to link with Tom Savini's people. These aren't hip hop people. Tom Savini actually did all the special effects makeup on all the original Friday the 13th. He did the original Jason mask. He did all this shit. A lot of my stuff now is going into more horror movie details. Like on Morningstar and Pandemonium, you kind of saw like the bare face, like the me, like coming into it. Later on Digital Flesh and the albums to follow that, it's like more going to a horror movie. So I reached out to Tom Savini's people out in Pittsburgh, and like that's like, if you don't know who Tom Savini is, he's like Sex Pistol. Have you ever seen Dust Till Dawn? He was the dude who had the gun come out of his cock. You know what I'm talking about? If anyone knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So Tom Savini's student Jason Baker is currently working on a project for me for my demon armor. And my demon armor, even saying that sounds weird, like think like some War meets Lord of the Rings type shit, but this is all for my upcoming project that's not coming out until next year. So
It's exciting.
I invested a lot of money into this. I'm talking like thousands of dollars. Like thousands.
Wow.
Like,
I have to ask, so like your aesthetic, like how do you describe that? Like how do you describe your vibe to somebody? Like
crazy white boy.
crazy white boy.
All right, look, bro. Like when we came up, there was always like the crazy white boy. Who's the crazy white boy right now?
I feel like I'm gonna answer
Like,
wrong.
but like all the white boys out, they're like they get the pass, right?
Yeah.
There's not the like white boy. We're like, yo, he's dope, but he's fucking crazy. I miss that. I miss that. When I grew up, I had that.
Yeah.
So I just crazy white boy.
Okay.
For now, but I make all types of music. I don't just make rap. I don't just make rock. I don't just make scream shit. I do electronic and pop and all kinds of shit where I actually can sing. Like my ass can actually sing, believe it or not. Like it's not.
That's what they said on there. They're like, you can actually sing live and shit. Like, yeah, people, they was like, they love hearing you. You're amazing. Your talent's incredible.
I
they love
appreciate
this.
everyone. No, and I love everybody. And like anybody who shows me that love, I reciprocate it 100%. Like, and especially y'all for having me out here. This is so cool. I never do shit like this because honestly, I don't have the personality type for it, but I wanted to do this shit.
Nah, bro, you've been rocking all night. Like, so it's been fun. So okay, so let me ask you a couple more questions here. So why don't you tell people about a couple of experiences you've had? Some people maybe you've opened up for or brushed shoulders with on this journey.
I was lucky enough in an early time to open up for not only MGK but Wiz Khalifa, Mac Miller, a lot of people that aren't here anymore. I've forgotten, honestly, more people I've opened up for than people I remember. This is all because of my dad. When I was a teenager, my dad heard that I rapped. He didn't really raise me or wasn't around me. He had just gotten out of prison. He's a promoter. He had just like looked at me and was like, bro, like I got you. You rap. Like I'm gonna just throw you to the fishes and like throw you to the fucking sharks and just if you swim, you swim. So I didn't have an album out. It was like MySpace had just turned into Facebook. I was a little kid. And I was opening on these shows with 500 or 600 people, and I didn't even have a track recorded. I just would rap over fucking instrumentals, and I'd be in front of all these people, given this opportunity, not knowing what this opportunity is. If I was given this opportunity now, my whole shit would be way different.
Yeah.
But 16, 17, 18, 19, I was just thrown in front of crowds, and I kind of learned how to like handle myself in front of like live crowds. And then I came back from Florida, came back up here. I have a daughter up here, so I was just like, when I came back, I was like, I want to learn how to make music so I can go do that and be real about it, not just rap on these instrumentals and make it like passable. Like, let's go make some real fucking music. Let me get some fans. Like, let me really build my shit up the way I need to build it up. So that was the big thing. Like, and then, like I said, I did the MGK thing. I opened up for Tech 9, Nappy Roots, House of Pain. Like, I can think of so many, like I said, I've forgotten more people that I've opened up for.
You said Wiz Khalifa, right?
Wiz Khalifa, but that was right before Mac and Devin went to high school. So this is like...
That's still a good time.
Day to day Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah.
Like when he was still like
still a good time.
doing day to day, just preaching about joint papers and how you shouldn't smoke. It's not the same Wiz like we see today.
Right.
This is like post cushion orange juice.
Okay.
This is right after that where the Mac and Devin in high school shit was coming.
Yeah.
It wasn't out yet, but it was coming.
Right.
Because he did the Snoop Dogg show right after the Wiz Khalifa show, and then Wiz opened up on the Snoop Dogg show, but that was too big for me to perform on. He wouldn't let me.
That's still dope as hell.
Yeah.
Somebody said, it was Duke, he said Dizzy Wright, don't forget.
Oh yeah, I won, oh god, the Hobson thing. He's talking about the Hobson thing.
Hobson, okay.
I opened up for Hobson numerous times, but I actually won. I was in the top 20 of the Don't Fuck Up Our Beats Volume 5. I did a music video with Nick Jandora, and that was the shit you were saying you saw me back in the day, where I saw you spitting, da-da-da-da-da-da. I actually was like that, and I got invited out on a tour because of that. That's what he'd be talking about.
On tour?
Yeah. Because I was already on the tour, but then when I had that happen, they were like, next time we're in Florida, we want you to be on it again. Because I didn't win. The top 3 was like some other white boy who had mad money, this other like dude who was like super lyrical, and then like the top 3 people. I was in the top 20.
Okay.
But it was out of like 200 people, so it was still like a lot, yeah.
That's cool. So you've had some pretty cool
It was like 2015. It was 2015, 2016. Like Kevin Gates was on the radio.
Wow.
That's how I remember shit.
Okay. Time period.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
I
what's
fuck with
up.
Kevin Gates. Kevin Gates is hard, bro. Like, nah, Kevin Gates go crazy.
That's what's up.
No, Kevin Gates crazy as fuck. Like, you really listen to the lyrics. Like, the lyrics are fucking crazy.
Is that your shit too, Kevin Gates?
Yeah, right now today.
Right now today, okay.
To this day.
Hell yeah. So online you got Damien said, bro, I can't even wait to get a glimpse of that new album, because I can tell you most of these people don't know who Tom yeah, I'm like, I don't want to say it wrong. I'm gonna sound like one of them people. Don't forget Dust Till Dawn, and he runs his own special effects class in PA.
I'm really, really lucky because last year when Morningstar came out, if we could talk about Morningstar, that'd be insane.
Of course.
Like, Morningstar came out last year around February, and when I did it, I recorded the album in 2 days. It's 5 songs. It's 9 minutes exactly. But when I recorded that album, something in me changed. I was like, I know who I want to be now. Like, this was the first album that I loved. I always had like shit where I'm like, yeah, that wasn't good enough. This could have been mixed better. Like, I should have said this. Like, between anything I had done up to Morningstar was perfect from front to back. From the way I placed the beats, from the lyrics, to just everything from front to back. If you listen to that shit from front to back, you'll actually get to step inside my head and really understand me. And it was a real big deal. Shock was there for it, and Shock had been around me forever. Yeah. That's why he'll ask you all these crazy questions, because he's like, bro, like, I have it in me. I have mad potential to be a star or whatever. But I don't have the personality type to do that, because really that takes a lot of fucking bullshitting. I'm not a bullshitter. I don't like to fake this shit. I don't like to fucking have that small talk and those fake, like we had talked about politics. Like, bro, we're underground rappers. Politics shouldn't even come in my fucking like category of words.
And it does so
until
much.
I'm up there and I'm dealing with real money and shit. Yes, but like at this level, like, I just want to have fun, bro. Like, and I feel like the more I have fun and the more I just sound like I'm having fun, the more people will resonate with it, as opposed to me being super professional, trying to sound like I'm swinging my dick around and I know everything. I don't know shit, bro. I just know myself.
Bro, I don't know shit either. I don't even know how I'm hosting this show right now. Yeah. But here we are, y'all. Like, real we live.
Manifestation, man.
That's it.
Serious.
That's it. Okay, so the comments going crazy. I gotta catch up with y'all real quick. So they said, it's so dope having you out here talking so real and so versatile. Love knowing you. Facts. Painkillers, amen. They said Marcy's Playground too. You've done things people only dream
I'm
of.
related to
Wow.
Marcy's Playground. That's,
Really?
Was that shot?
That was Bentley.
Oh yeah, no. They know. Yeah, I'm related to them. That's funny.
That's cool. That's what's up. Shout out to the 90s. Shout out early 2000s. You've done things only people dream of. Wow. That's how you started, actually thrown in front of the crowds. J-Rock and Kendrick when they were with Tech 9.
All right, now somebody knows something.
Hold on.
I met Kendrick really early on, and I didn't know I was meeting Kendrick. I was backstage in Orlando at the Firestone. I was opening for Tech 9. I'm back there. I assumed that their openers from Orlando because my dad has me on the show. Anybody else backstage in this green room with me was opening from Orlando. So I'm sitting with J-Rock, and I'm sitting with K-Dot, which was Kendrick beforehand.
Yeah.
This is 2016 at Club Firestone in Orlando, and I just kicked it with them, and I smoked, and I talked to them. Come to figure out, ADHD would come out 2 years later, and I saw the dude, and I was like, that was the type of shit that made me really like, oh, this shit's possible
crazy.
to reach out of your little local bullshit and go out to the masses and shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I actually had met Kendrick before Kendrick. He was K-Dot with J-Rock.
That's wild,
And J-Rock
dude.
was signed to Tech 9, opening for Tech 9, and K-Dot was just a hype man.
That's insane, Matthew.
Yeah.
That's wild. I agree with what they're saying, that you're amazing. Morningstar, amazing. They love it. You're so down to earth and real. They said I watched him come into himself. That was Duke. Nothing about you is fake. Christine said so proud of you. Love.
Thank you. No, thank anyone who
Yes.
does shit like that. No, thank you.
Love theatrics is an artist, especially like a live show. New Orleans, and shout out to Lil Wayne. You seen him young. Lil Wayne.
Yo, whoever's on here knows too much
They
about
know,
me because, like, I met Lil Wayne at a turkey drive in 2002 in Raceland, Louisiana, where him and Birdman were trying to be like, the whole Birdman thing and Cash Money Records thing was a play off of an old movie with Wesley Snipes, and like, the Carter was the building, the crack building. So, in that movie, they went out to the hood and they passed out turkeys to people. So when I lived in, like, Baton Rouge, Raceland, Young Money well, it was actually CMG because Lil Wayne and them were still the hot boys. They would come out and give out turkeys, and me and my family got a turkey from Lil Wayne and them. That's actually a true story.
This is crazy, bro. Like these facts are wild for real. Cause not
Yeah, I didn't
everybody
want to
can
talk
say
about
that.
none of this shit, so like I'm put on the spot. I'm like, damn,
Right.
I have to explain shit.
That's the thing with being live. People come at you. They got the info.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, they're talking about Cash Money. I'm like, but bro, it was Birdman. It was like, and Wayne was still little. Like, this is bling bling, Little Wayne.
Bro.
This ain't Carter 1, Carter 2, Carter 3. Like, this is like little kid Wayne. And Juvie was the oldest. He was like 17. They were like 13, 14. So like they were handing out turkeys to people, and I just happened to be a family that got a turkey.
That's insane. You got a bird from Birdman.
I got a bird from Birdman.
Who could say that? You know what I mean? Matthew Carter, y'all. That's it.
Do
That's
you know how
it.
corny it would be if I rapped about it though, and I tried to use that as my legacy though?
I'm
Like,
glad-
that's what I be trying to tell people. I'm like, bro, just because shit like that be happening, don't talk about it like that because it can get misinterpreted.
I respect that though about you, because you're not out here bragging like, oh, I got a turkey from Birdman, or like, you know what I mean? Most people be bragging. That'll be in their bio on Instagram. I got a turkey from Birdman, like shit though. So
You're not lying.
yeah,
You're not lying. No, people would ride that shit till the end.
literally. Duke said, "Do you even claw, bro? Chug the claw for Shock's birthday, please." They said, "I love hearing your journey. You've done so much. That's family. Yo, tell Hobson and Action Bronson I want my money." That's what Russ Poff said.
That's my dad.
Oh, that's
No,
your dad?
That's my dad.
Oh shit. Okay.
Action Bronson owes my dad like $1,200 from a show that we opened up on.
He's being serious.
Yo.
That's my dad.
Woo, we got the tea in here tonight, guys. Dang.
Action Bronson, you should really pay my dad. Like, he ain't letting go of that $1,200. Like, he gonna hold it steady for 100 years, bro. Like, $1,200 is $1,200. That was a weird thing. I had a weekend. I can show you the flyers and everything. I had a weekend where I opened up for Action Bronson, and he did the first show, and it wasn't like our promoting company like had booked it, but we had another promoter like promoting it. The first night had like 50 people, and then like he heard that nobody was coming to like the second night, so he kind of was just like on some fuck you shit. Like, and just left. And like I woke up, I'm in the front of the van. Like I wake up, Action Bronson's got a bag of loud, and he's slapping me with it. Like he's like Matt. He's like, take this fucking bag. I'm going to the airport, and I'm just kind of like, what's going on? And he's like, I'm not doing the show, and I'm like, oh. I went and did the show that night, and I had to explain to everybody why he wasn't there. So like that was a weird thing.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But that's
bro.
like 2013, 14. Like that's not Action Bronson you see on these shit. This
Right.
is all like at a time where people were on the come up. Like this
Yeah.
isn't recent or nothing.
But still, the fact that you were in the vicinity with all these people shows you've been on your come up too. You've been putting the work in for years. You've been doing what you need to do to become who you are.
I've been spying. I've been watching.
Observing?
Yeah, I've been observing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't really want to say back then I was doing anything because I have nothing to show for it. If I had something to show for it, it would be way different. Like back then, I was just more concerned of being acknowledged, not taking that acknowledgement anywhere and building a brand. Like I just wanted people to just see me. It wasn't that I just didn't know how to carry myself. I was just very young into it. I just didn't know what to do.
Nah, listen, there's nothing wrong with that, and I mean, it made you who you are today. So I feel like people truly respect you for that, for being real. All right, y'all, let me catch up with these comments here. They said it's mom. Shh, he was young. They my peoples. Clink, that's my champagne glass to you. So proud of you. He was rapping free in the projects. Lil Wayne, chug the claw. Yeah, Pop, get that money. Another person keeps saying that their mom. I'm letting you not chug that claw. It's crazy all you have done. Chug the claw, Enterprise Network.
Yeah,
so shout out to you, Duke.
Shock just wants me to get drunk and yell at everyone like I do in the studio because I just like I go on my tangents and my raves. I'm like, you don't understand. Like that's what he wants me to do. I'm really trying to pace myself and not do that.
I love it, man. Well, let me ask you. I got a couple more questions here. Getting towards the end of the interview. So do you prefer, like, what's your favorite part of being an artist? Would you prefer doing live shows or recording in the studio and putting projects?
It used to be the live shit, right? Like when I was a cypher rapper and I was super like about like acknowledgement of other people. Hell yeah, it was more about like the verses and like me being on that crazy white boy shit. But then when I grew more as an artist and I learned how to make songs and I learned about song theory.
Yeah.
I more wanted people to acknowledge me for me making actual records as opposed to like, oh, he can just spit. Oh, he crazy. Like, he a white boy. He's crazy for a white boy.
Yeah.
Like, you hear that for 4 or 5 fucking years and nothing happens. It doesn't mean shit anymore.
Right.
I'm like, and then like, God bless Shock. Like, I got around Shock and I'm like, let's make songs like Anxiety. Let's make songs like where I sing.
Yes.
And I'm on some other shit, but I'm not on no like stereotypical white boy rapper shit trying to be on some like mediocre Drake shit because I feel like a lot of white rappers, I love them to death, you're all amazing, but a lot of y'all just be on some stereotypical white boy shit.
Yeah. And
just be yourself, man. That shit will always get you, even if you're not where you want to be, it'll get you further than you trying to be someone else. That's all I can really say about that.
That's facts, bro. That's big facts. They said spill the tea. Guacamole Enterprise Network again as well.
Spill the tea.
Yeah, so is there anything else that, you know, you wanted to add for the audience? And then I'm also going to ask if anybody has questions out there as well. So anything you have that you want the audience to know or anything that you feel like that you want to say on the podcast before your interview's over?
Don't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
Don't assume someone's story is over before it's not over. Don't count people out. Just because somebody's not as consistent as you would like them to be doesn't mean they're not consistent. Just because someone isn't living up to your standards doesn't mean they're not being themselves. I feel like a lot of people tell me I'm fake now because I don't make the music I made when I was a kid. I grew up, bro. Like, did you grow up? Like, did you fucking grow up or no? Do you listen to the same 10 fucking records you listened to 10 years ago? Like, did you grow up? I feel like I grew up and a lot of people around me didn't. Yeah. And once I did, they didn't fuck with me. And I really don't, I don't resonate with that. Like, that shit don't fucking sit right with me. Like, I like to be me. I like to have fun. I like to be creative. I like to think outside the box. I don't want to do the stereotypical version of what everyone expects me to do and wants from me all the time because I'm not working on this music shit for other people because at the end of the day, until I make a living out of it, it's a hobby. like at this point, it doesn't matter how much I've invested. It's a hobby. I'm not getting the money back. Until I do, I'm just gonna remain humble.
Right.
And if I get the money, I may not remain humble. I don't know. I'm not there yet. My whole shit could change a year from now. I could have got on, then I'm blinded by all that shit and that money, and I could just be completely delusional. It happens to the best people.
It does.
I've seen people get deals that were really cool people and totally change. So
Yeah.
I try to remain humble and remain grounded. That's the main thing.
Now, amen to that, y'all. Y'all heard it here. Matthew Carter, man, speaking facts. People said they love Anxiety. Anxiety is their shit, one of their favorite songs. So they're asking, what's the next move? I also see a comment, when is the Flesh Deluxe dropping?
All right, so like check it. That's why a lot of people are asking. I haven't dropped since last year. I haven't dropped since around fall of last year.
And was that Morningstar when that?
Yeah, Morningstar came out in February, but I had a
Okay.
bunch of videos and music drop after that.
Right.
I stopped dropping when my grandma died. My grandma was like my mom. Like, she raised me. After she had passed about, I want to say July 18th or 17th of last year, I kept trying to keep the work up. I kept trying to put it out consistently, but I was slowly like dwindling away till it got to a point where I was like, I'm just going to put out everything that I have ready to be released. Then I'm just going to like be quiet for a while. And I'm still being quiet. I don't really see me dropping until the end of this year or the beginning of next year.
Okay.
But I'm also putting a lot more money and thought into what I'm doing now. Like, it means a lot more. But I went through a real like deep grief mourning period where I was trying to drop art during that time, and it just felt wrong.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like genuine.
Right.
So,
And you know yourself enough to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I just was like, this ain't it. Like, I'm doing it, and
Yeah.
I'm not getting. It don't feel right.
Right.
So I kind of had to like step back on my own accord.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. People said they can relate respectfully. Be you, do you. You're so talented. Love to hear you spit to a hard trap beat. Tori is shining down. Please read this to him. Tell him Tori is shining down on him. And they put some hearts here for you. So definitely much love. Guac will always be your other family. And they said she was your biggest fan.
She was, man. Like, she was. It tripped her out that she could put on YouTube and play Adele, and my song would come up after it. Like, it fucked her head up. She's an older woman. She didn't understand like the way YouTube works.
That's
and
so
shit.
sweet,
Like,
though.
yeah, it fucked my head up when she passed. Like, I went really dark.
Yeah.
And I try to keep making music, but it wasn't coming from a place of like creativity. It was like a dark place. So I just stopped because it didn't feel like good. It wasn't making me happy.
Yeah.
If it's not making me happy, I'm not gonna do it.
Listen, man, you got a lot of respect just from me from this interview. Like I said, I just got to know you a little bit more.
I appreciate that.
It's been nothing but love from the audience, from the viewers online. They've engaged this entire time just because of what you've been talking, for real. So thank you for sharing your story a little bit. Now, is there anything else that you want to leave the audience with, as your last word? Like, where can they find you?
I mean, Matthew Carter TV on YouTube. SoundCloud.com/I am Matthew Carter. Those are where all of my big, like, mostly like predominant singles and favorite songs are. As far as like advice or anything I can leave the people with, I would just say this: like, stop acting like you know everything. If you're a musician, whatever prior experience you have, it really doesn't matter because it only shines on that time or moment. Like, you could change all of this in a week or a year. That's up to you. But it's all about how you look at it, digest it, and then put it back out. It all is about what you choose to accept as an artist, like, around you, things like that. Like, if you don't feel prideful and you don't feel strong about what you're doing, don't put it out yet. Like, it's okay to, like, stop looking at this clock, this imaginary clock that all artists have, where everyone's, like, thinking that you have to be like, because dude, like, why are you rushing for a bunch of people that aren't rushing for you? Like, if you do have that small immediate fan base, that's different, but don't bend your back and fuck up your creativity because you're trying to like fit into this certain window or timeline or be a part of a certain wave. like the Cardi wave, or you want to join the drill wave, or you want to do something, just stop putting limits and expectation dates and expiration dates on your career, because really most of the people I know made their hit records the time they least expected to.
Yeah.
Like, it was kind of an accident. It wasn't something they had put out. When the greats were making a record, when Michael Jackson was making a record, bro, he wasn't thinking about what people thought or felt. He was just making a record.
Right.
And I really feel like we've lost that in the time of social media and YouTube and all this shit, where we have to give you all the ins and outs and the behind the scenes and the in between the lines of all this just for y'all to like me. My music isn't enough. I have to give everyone else all this other extra shit just for y'all to pay attention to me.
Listen to the man. Listen to him.
That shit's weird.
It's facts.
Like, if you want to pay attention to me, that's on you. I don't have to live on your schedule and what you expect of me. Like, I'm an artist, bro. Like, I'm going to do this on my time. And I suggest that people operate on their own time. Because the one time that I tried to get ahead of last year, where I tried to get ahead of myself and be like, super stern to me, did I learn that it affected my song making and the art, and I was making shitty songs trying to get inside of a certain timeline, and just like, dude, just do you and work at your own speed. That's all I can really say.
Nah, that's beautiful, because I was just having a conversation with another artist earlier just about, like, you know, it's like, again, you have this vision of how your come up looks at first, and you think it's supposed to look a certain way, that certain people are going to be there. You go out of your way to get them there, and you break your back and lose energy, creativity for what? For what? To be out and, like, you know what I mean, have to try to recoup your energy and all that? Nah, like, you know what I mean? Listen to your instinct and don't chase stuff. Like, there's no need to chase. What's meant for you is gonna find you. So, like, I definitely resonate with that. Like,
No, exactly. I agree 100%.
yeah, I feel that. Any questions from the audience before I read these last comments from online, or even comments, comments for Matthew?
Y'all, I'm callous. You can say whatever the fuck y'all want to me.
Your music.
You can find my music on SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/IamMatthewCarter, or youtube.com/MatthewCarterTV. Or you can find me on Spotify and iTunes and all that shit. Just look me up. I have 3 albums on there. It's Pandemonium, Waterworld 2, and Morningstar.
Yes, guys. And we will definitely drop a link to Matthew's pages in the description of this video as well. So a couple people, they're still going off of our last conversation about, you know, your grandmother always being with you. Duke said, ask Shorty when can Shock get a feature.
He's talking about you.
He's talking about, okay, I see here, ask the host. I know she spits. Let's Shock get a feature. What's up? Hit me up. Ash the Artist, Ashley Baker, all platforms. You know what I'm saying? I do bring that heat, but I'm always down to collaborate with some stuff. So definitely hit me. And then we got, what else we got? Bring It From Emotion. You can't go wrong with that. She should be more of a reason to snap and make your grandma proud. Keep up the good work. Blessings. And shout out to you, Shock. Love you. Bro, I can't even keep up with the comments. Matt, you have a beautiful soul. You're inner. You have so much to give. Keep giving it. My brother, I love you and let that light shine. That was Duke. Facts. Authentically hard facts. Shout out from Daisy Riley. Daddy, will you bring me nuggets? Is the last comment.
My daughter wants me to bring her chicken nuggets.
That's the last comment, the chicken nuggets, y'all. So,
cool. I'll do that.
Listen, and that's a lot of love. Again, I just hope that you really feel the love here on C.K.G. Sound.
I do. I'm so thankful for y'all having me out. It means a lot.
Yeah, no, thank you for coming. Thank you for talking that real shit, because some people get up here and, you know what I mean, they might try to put on a facade, but you was nothing but yourself, so I respect you for that. And ladies and gentlemen, one more time, hand of applause for Matthew Carter, because that was a great interview. Yes, awesome.